Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nick on behalf of Zorf Games, and today we got some gameplay commentary for you guys, bringing some Black Ops gameplay so we can kind of get back in the mood for the upcoming Black Ops 2. Not entirely sure if I will be posting gameplay on it just because I'm not super stoked about the Call of Duty series anymore, but I'm still excited about it, but we'll see what happens. So today we got Story Time, which is a series that I wanted to start up about 8 months ago, but then everything happened and I just stopped doing commentaries. But I'm sort of bringing it back, but I'm going to be doing it sort of on my schedule, and it's not going to be dedicated to one day. So today we got a story about when I got appendicitis. And if you don't want to know what appendicitis is, it's when your appendix basically goes to explode and everything. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but you basically have to get your appendix out, and there's no use for the appendix, so I don't know. So let's go ahead and start this. Alright, so it was September 30th or 29th, I think. September 30th of 2011, so about a year and, I don't know, 11, 12 days ago. And I woke up and I started watching Lost because I was watching a lot of Lost then. And I get like halfway through the episode and then I feel my stomach like, I don't know how to explain the pain, but it's like the worst pain I've ever felt. So I thought I was just hungry because I hadn't eaten in like a day or two. So I go and ask my mom to make me a couple of sandwiches, and I ate I think like 1.5 sandwiches, and then it still was like extremely painful for the next like 2.5 hours. So I went and told my mom. I was like, "Hey mom, I don't feel good, blah blah blah." And at the time I was going through something where I didn't feel good every single day. Like that it's not linked to it, I should say. For like the 3 or 4 months before, I was not feeling good every single morning, every single night. So she just thought it was that, and she's like, she told me to grow up and, just trying to be mom or whatever, and she told me to go lay down. So I went and laid down, and like I couldn't even lay down, that's how painful it was. So my dad finally called the doctors, and I went to doctors with my mom, and she knew that that it was bad because I came out in sweats, and I usually like to, dress up, not to be a girl or anything, but I care about my first impression, appearance, and whatnot. So I just came out in sweats, and then I went like that to the doctors. And sorry if you can hear my dog eating in the background. She decided to go and get some food as I'm making this. But so I go to the doctors in my sweats and everything, and he's there. He does all the normal stuff, and then dang it, that dog. Okay, so he does all the normal stuff, and then he figures it out and thinks that it's appendicitis and stuff. So he's like, okay, I don't even know how you ate 2 sandwiches or anything, because I had to tell him what I ate. And so he tells me to go to the hospital. So then he calls the hospital, sends them all the information, and then we go over there. And I basically sat there for another 2.5 hours waiting for the nurse to come in. The first nurse. Like, you have the person that takes you to the room. I went to the room, put on the little gown, laid down in pain for another 2.5 hours. Might have been pushing 3. So it's about, I don't know, 12:30 in the morning, I think. And, or 12:30 in the afternoon, I should say. So it just hit the afternoon mark. And, finally the nurse comes in, and like my parents were asking for medicine, to stop the pain, and they're like, "Oh no, the nurse has to come in and do it," or the doctor, I think. The doctor has to walk in and say, "What's wrong?" and then the nurse can give you medicine. So doctor walks in, "What's wrong?" We tell him, and then the nurse comes in and freaking pumps a bunch of morphine into me, and I basically go in and out asking a bunch of random questions. It's not fun. Well, I don't know. I don't want to put it the wrong way, but took all the pain away, and then I sat there for another 2 hours, I should say, and then they did a bunch of tests. They had the IV running in me, putting some fluids and all that. They took my blood. They, I don't know, a lot of different stuff. They took me for, I think it was like some scan of like the stomach. Like, it's kind of like a reverse CAT scan. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a full body scan, and then they did that, and then another 2 hours go by, and they take me to, whatchamacallit, they take me to get what is it called, the little thing where when you have a baby, the whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about, the thing that they put on you and it like sees inside of you, and they figured it out that it was appendicitis. And so I waited another 2 hours. Yes, it's already about 7 or 8 o'clock at this point at night, and they've still been pumping morphine into me and all that fun stuff. And the doctor finally comes in, and he's like, "Okay, well, it's appendicitis, so we're basically gonna take it out." And like, for those of you that don't know, I have problems with anxiety, so I'm like, oh Jesus, and I start flipping out. But I was so pumped up on morphine, I didn't really care. So I fell back asleep, and then they come and they take me to pre-op and everything, and they start getting me all ready. They didn't give me the anesthesia or whatever it's called to put me to sleep, but it's about, I think, 9 o'clock. I think it's around 9 o'clock, and then they're like, okay, well, no operating rooms are open, so we're going to take you back to the room for another 3.5 hours. So it's about 11:30 this next time, and I basically go. I didn't even know what was happening. I saw my sister bring me a Barbie balloon to try to make a joke, and so I woke up, and they were like, okay, well, we're taking you. Sorry if you can hear that. And so they take me at 11:30, so it's like 14 hours after I went to the doctors. So to take me at 11:30 at night, they had one operating room open, but I didn't even know what happened because they woke me up to say, okay, you're going in, or we're giving you the medicine. By that time I was already asleep, so I didn't really care. And then I basically wake up at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm done. They're done with everything, and they take me back to my room. I go to sleep till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then the big whoopee part comes where you have to piss in a freaking cup because I couldn't stand up. And by like 7 o'clock in the morning, I was standing up. By 8 o'clock, I was gone. But it was my first surgery ever, so I don't know. It was kind of a fun experience. But then they put me on Norcos after, and yeah, that was fun. But later that day, I was actually going to the store, and I bought Sniper Ghost Warrior, which isn't Warrior, but fun game. But thank you guys for watching. That's my story of appendicitis. Sorry for the random end, but hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys look forward to any future story times that I decide to throw out there. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. If you didn't, dislike, and go ahead and leave in the comments why you didn't enjoy it or how I can improve. And I hope to see you guys next time. Yeah, peace.